Alright, what's going on, guys? T Torres back here for another video. So in today's video, as you can see, we have a 2.0 Accord Touring Edition that we're going to be installing a PRL part. So I'm super excited. You know, pretty much this has the exact same motor as the Type R, and this is a, what is this? 2020. So I'll show you the inside. It's pretty much, it's a very, very, very nice car. I love it. It's got all the bells and whistles in it. I think it's got heated and cooled seats.
It does, yeah.
So heated and cooled seats.
It's got a heads-up display.
Yep, heads-up display. A nice little infotainment center. Yeah, so we are going to be installing the PRL intake, and my buddy Trevor is going to go ahead and unbox it for us.
What's going on, YouTube? So here we go. The most important thing, we got the sticker here first.
Yep, good power adder.
Just some normal old clamps.
Yep. Okay, that's the silicone hose piece. That's going to go right here. Easy enough. Alright. And then that's the main part right there. It's the box. And then inside the box, we have the actual cone filter. We'll remove all these screws and get the cone filter out here in a minute. And of course, you know, we got to give a big shout out to Frank the Tank. Thank you for packaging our stuff. And then in his hand, he has the MAF housing, and then the other hardware that gets mounted on the bottom. And then this piece is going to go into the silicone hose to replace this stuff right here. And then as you can see, here's the, here you go. Yep. Boom. And then the sensor is going to sit right there. So it's going to go something like that. I think this piece right here, if I remember right, goes to the box. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get to taking all this stuff off, and we'll go step by step on how to do it. Okay, first things first, you want to go ahead and disconnect the battery terminal off camera. I went ahead and loosened it, so let's go ahead and remove the ground. Set that aside so it doesn't touch any more metal. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come right here, and we're going to pop these tabs off and start to remove this section of the box. Okay, so I removed these clips and managed to damage 3 out of the 4. So I have a bunch of spare of those. I think they're like 10mm plastic clips, but as you can see, they just literally chipped right off. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen this bolt here, and then loosen that one as well. Okay, so off camera, obviously we removed the intake tube here, removed the evap. There's 2 bolts for the evap, and then on this silicone piece, we just kind of wiggled that out and pulled it out. And then now we have 2 10mm bolts here and here. We're going to go ahead and remove those, and then we're going to start removing the box, and then we'll start. We'll disconnect the sensor, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so as you can see, the factory air box is now removed. In order to do that, you're going to drop these 2 clips down, unclip your sensor, and then I took a pair of needle nose pliers and took the sensor that's connected to the back right here, and then this is where we're at now. So there is your factory box with the filter, and we're working on getting all this loose so we can go ahead and remove this box area. Okay, so as you can see, Trevor has the factory box. Go ahead and put it back in its spot.
So right here, it looks like that bolt is supposed to come off. It's not, okay? So it's...
That's a little, right beside the bolt. Hold on, let me bring it back up. I'm gonna focus. Right beside it is a little grommet that this bottom piece, yeah, one of these, it attaches to, so and it is a pain.
It comes in like this.
We were gonna try to remove the ECU, but we didn't have to.
It sits down like that.
It all the way back in, and then he pulled up.
You just got to yank it.
He pulled up, and then I pulled up back here because there's a tab right here that hits his harness for the ECU where the battery is. So he pulled out and up, and then I pulled back, and then it finally gave us room to get the box out. That's probably.
Don't be afraid to yank it hard.
Yeah, we yanked it, and then now we can start working in this area to put the factory air box in. But just remember, you don't have to remove this yet. You just got to get it off this little grommet right there. Okay, so that 10mm I was just talking about, that sits down here right beside that little circle piece. Go ahead and pop it, or not pop it out, but it's a 10mm, and go ahead and remove that. Okay, so this grommet that sits right here where that 10mm is, let me zoom in, right there, you're going to know how to pop that off. It was a pain in the rear. And then what you're going to want to do is you want to transfer it over to the box, just like so. We're going to take everything apart in here, take the cone out, and build this on the ground. But yeah, this is where the new, not the new, but this is where the rubber grommet is now going to be housed. That is right there. Okay, so now we're at the part to where we took the intake box apart, removed the 4 screws, And the black piece that's in here, you're gonna have it seated just like this, and then we're gonna go ahead and tighten down our clamp right here and make sure that's good and secure. Okay, so the next step is we took the MAF housing and Trevor held the intake filter up just like so, and then I came down or up to the top, secured that, turn the box around towards me. You want to make sure, turn this side towards me. You want to make sure, hold it like this. Yeah, you want to make sure that your housing is straight just like this, PRL, and then on to the next step of building the rest of the box out. Okay, before we put the lid on, Trevor's gonna install the rubber grommet into the hole. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Do that thing. Spat! No panzo it. Almost there. It should seat nice and flush. There you go. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and just like that, that little rubber grommet piece is in. And we're going to go ahead and put the box cover back on. And then, yeah, we'll be on to the next step. Alright, next, you're going to install this bracket piece. This is the one closest to the MAF housing. Right there. Alright, the next thing we're going to do while Trevor's finishing up swapping over or putting that new bracket on is we're going to transfer over this MAF sensor. Be very, very careful with this sensor. You do not want to damage this in the transfer process. And then, of course, the 2 screws that it came with. Okay, so here is the old evap that you have to take off. And then PRL supplies you with a new one, because if you were to use the factory one with the silicone tube, it doesn't fit. There's nothing for it to lock into. So this is now the new replacement. And one of the tricky things is getting the hose off. So what we did was we went around the hose in the 360 and just kind of pried everything out, and then finally it gave. So that was like a little 5-10 minute detour. We finally got that out, and now we're going to start building everything back. We're going to put the box in, put this hose in, and then go from there. Okay, so we celebrated a little too early. You have to remove this piece that sits down here on the intake, on the bottom of the intake side. And then this piece right here, there's a grommet that sits back behind this fuse block. And so what we did was we took, there's 2, is that bicycle? We took the 2 10mm bolts that hold the ECU down, on both of them, moved this to the side, and then there was another bracket piece that was down here. It also had a 10mm right here, loosened it, and then made this super loose, and then all I did was pulled up a little bit and pulled out, and allowed us to get this piece out. So now the box can fully seat down onto that nub right there. Okay, here is the finished product. We're about to start it up for the first time. We just got all the tools out of the way. One of the things that I want to make sure you do is we had to go back, like I mentioned in the previous clip, to remove this little sound thing. That was a pain in the rear. But other than that, everything is good to go. So we're going to wash our hands up, and then we're going to fire this thing up for the first time and let the car get warmed up, and then we're going to take it down the road.
It blows up, you know?
Yeah, go ahead and crank it up. Woo, man, that's crazy. All right, just let it warm up.
Why is it crazy?
No, I was kidding.
Oh.
Yeah, just let it warm up, and then we'll get some good audio clips of it. All right, car's warmed up. Trevor's gonna give it a couple revs. More than that. Some more. There you go. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It sounds pretty good for now. Let me hear it. Hold on.
Want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it.
Right. I'll let you take over the camera.
All right.
Okay. There it is. Hey, you gotta give it a 3 grand.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it a lot better that time.
All right, let's take it down the road and
Let's go.
take it. All right, we're gonna go down the road and see how she does. That boy's excited. Yes, sir. All right, so the car is now fully warmed up. Trevor's gonna do his first little burner on it. See what he thinks.
throw her in sport mode.
Do it. Uh-oh, little wheel spin.
Yeah, let me get over. I heard it. Did you
Yeah,
hear it?
yeah, I heard it too.
Ready?
Yep. Oh yeah, she's pulling.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
Huge difference. We're gonna do a full review once Trevor's driven with the intake for like a week or so. Then we're gonna come back and do an honest review on what Trevor thinks about after driving. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, Trevor. Hopefully you like this intake. It took about 3 hours. About 3 hours, and we got it done. And also, there's a tropical depression hurricane forming, so we found a break in some time, and we were able to get it installed. So if you guys are stopping to the channel for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave this video a big thumbs up, and all right, we'll catch you guys later. You got any final words?
Peace out, YouTube.
Peace.